Bounty Killer. Me was a nobody, a young artist. Bounty Killer was an icon, right? Then how come Bounty Killer take more than 15 songs from Vybz Kartel? Eh? 6 years later now when Vybz Kartel become Vybz Kartel, I mean the barber boy, the dog face boy there. How comes when me give him the 5 songs them, he never say, boy DJ, me better than you still, you know, but me I take your 5 songs then. Talk to me in Jamaica.
As we know, Vybz Kartel's rise to fame was not without its challenges. Over the years, the Gaza boss has gone through a number of feuds, including the infamous Gaza versus Gully beef. In 2005, Kartel released the album JMT, which is the same year which marked the beginning of a highly publicized feud with fellow dancehall artist Bounty Killer. The two artists traded insults in the Jamaican press, accusing each other of everything from stolen girlfriends to bogus songwriting credits. The feud escalated to the point where Kartel was expelled from the alliance, which was formed in 2003 by iconic dancehall artist Bounty Killer himself. It initially consisted of him and close friends as the heavyweights, which included Busy Signal, Wayne Marshall, Bling Dog, Mavado, and Vybz Kartel. At the time, Kartel was Bounty Killer's protege. He began writing for artists on Bounty's alliance management roster, including the Killer himself, until 2006 when Kartel left the alliance. Now, although both Vybz Kartel and Mavado were once good friends and collaborators and members of the alliance crew, the friendship soured as he left the group. Vybz Kartel said that he had departed because he wanted to be an independent artist. However, there were rumors of internal disputes and a heated argument in the camp. Rising star, Mavado branded Kartel a traitor and the feud erupted with high publicity. The feud resulted in a tribalism of fans reaping violence across the country, which brought the two artists to the center of controversy. Now going back to how the beef began. Vybz Kartel was originally with the alliance crew. However, Kartel soon fell out with the leader of the alliance, Bounty Killer. Kartel later claimed to have even written 15 songs for Bounty Killer and 5 for Mavado.
Me was a nobody, a young artist. Bounty Killer was an icon, right? Then how come Bounty Killer take more than 15 songs from Vybz Kartel? Eh? 6 years later now when Vybz Kartel become Vybz Kartel, I mean the barber boy, the dog face boy there. How comes when me give him the 5 songs them, he never say, boy DJ, me better than you still, you know, but me I take your 5 songs then. Talk to me in Jamaica.
Bounty Killer took Mavado's side in the beef due to his own rivalry with Beenie Man, who was associated with Vybz Kartel and Gaza Empire. The 1993 sting clash between Beenie Man and Bounty Killer is, to this day, one of the greatest clashes and biggest, most iconic moments in the history of dancehall. Beenie Man was previously accused of stealing Bounty Killer's style and catchphrases. The rivalry was captured on the 1994 album Guns Out.
Papa me head tapper when me be rolling. Any figure that me see a gun play on the scene. Indian come down from our choice. As pretty as we both. Calm down, man. The bag nice no work, you know. You know from when me a bad boy. You know from when? 15 years. You know from when me a bad? Beenie Man was that.
In 1995, at a time when Beenie Man and Bounty Killer were at each other's throats, it became an important moment to watch them join hands on stage again at the request of the political parties in Jamaica. The rift between them seemed to have settled down. However, several years later, they found a new reason to beef. Bounty Killer's former girlfriend and dancehall artiste Angel became the proxy that divided the two artists once again when she ended up getting into a relationship with Beenie Man and even marrying him in August 2006. To say this was one of the biggest events in the dancehall community at the time is a gross understatement. Beenie Man and Angel's marriage days were plagued with rumors, speculations, and controversies. The girl Dem Sugar, artiste seemingly stealing his rival's girl, was the talk of the town, and understandably, Bounty Killer was not too thrilled. To make matters worse, Bounty's protege, Vybz Kartel, also left the alliance in what was a bitter falling out. Not only was Kartel taking shots at Bounty Killer musically, but he also joined forces with Beenie Man and even appeared at the Doc's wedding with Angel.
Listen, picture of photographer. Listen, me, I appreciate it and I welcome you to the club because as you know, I'm Mr. Beenie Man say he love Angel. He say he might invite the Doomsday Cartel. Me rise up at the wedding and everything start well because the request she have on a 10 million cell.
groom's
In fact, Beenie Man spent $8 million on his wedding with Angel, but the marriage lasted less than a year. Angel later left Beenie Man and apparently hooked back up with Bounty Killer. Cartel also previously performed a song called You Know You Baby Father with Angel, Bounty's former girlfriend.
I am giving birth to a If I the real McCoy, I am giving birth to a
Following this, numerous diss tracks were released with cases of on-stage scuffles and violence between Gaza and Gully. The war intensified during the annual 2008 Sting show, held in December, where the two took to the same stage to battle it out. Though it was debated on who came out on top, Cartel insists he did and released Last Man Standing and Don't Run, directed to Mavado, who replied with Dem a fag, accusing Cartel of homosexuality because of using bleaching products, and called Cartel an atheist. Cartel hit back, calling Mavado a gully girl, a gangsta wannabe, and then telling him about his sexual relationship with his mother, with the title of the song as Wed Dat For. Cartel claims to have had sex with Mavado's mother and carried a coffin with his rival's name on it on stage.
Look! You know what I sent for this? Look! Let me tell you, yeah, you are going nice. That can't help your pussy. And you are going nice. Look!
When the beef between Gaza and Gully was most intense, a motorist visiting Cartel's home ground, Portmore Empire, was allegedly subjected to the No Mavado law. He was reportedly slapped across the face for disobeying and questioning the order. 2 weeks after this incident, in the same neighborhood, a lady was harassed for listening to Mavado mixtape. It was alleged that she was approached by supporters of Cartel who demanded that she turn down the music because a Mavado selection was being played. The two artists were later been forced to make peace by government accord, and Cartel and Mavado met in a government building to sign the Gaza-Gully peace treaty. They urged their fans and the public to stop violence and gun culture and to come together as one. They also pledged to work together to end warfare and make peace between gangs.
Now that is what we're bringing back now. So in the beginning of our meeting, so is it in the end of the war. So we're coming back with...
The beef was later revived in 2016, with then incarcerated dancehall artists Vybz Kartel and Mavado dropping hard-hitting diss tracks. Vybz Kartel's Step In song in 2016 sounded the war drums and made allusions to the recent Mavado popcorn war with the line, "Baby strength." With the song Brawler, where he boasts that my friend Dem a bushead in your place, and you know that, with a cameo from cult movie star Louis Rankin from the Shotters. Vybz Kartel's rebuttal was Round Corner, which raised the stakes and triggered other offshoots of the lyrical war, with Louis Rankin being dissed by Cartel in the song. Cartel said this in the intro regarding Louis Rankin.
Go him say bad, and he's a girl killing. When will that line?
Louis Rankin then posted a video on Instagram responding to Cartel's jab in a lengthy rant.
Yes, a little boy come talk about how you suffer and a girl cut head short. Remember, say a woman bring every human being in this world, so a girl can cut me short. Tell me which batty boy can cut my throat. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, Cartel. I fear no evil, cause thou art with me, my AK-47. And some fucking desert eagle. You wanna ramp with me? I am!
After Cartel's Round Corner diss song, Mavado teamed up with Stephen McGregor on Mr. Dead on the Horror Nights rhythm. Mavado boasted that he was buying Cartel's kids ice creams and accused Cartel of homosexual tendencies in prison, with references to Cell Block Number 2.
Let's take over me buy him kids them ice cream. Have him gal pa me dick and make some nice cream. The pussy just a daydream a raffer. Let's take over me buy him kids them ice cream. Have him gal pa me dick and make some nice cream. The pussy just a daydream a raffer.
Following this, Vybz Kartel clapped back with the diss track, The Last One.
What the best? Cartel. Best. Cartel. What the verse? I got it on. Verse. Got it.
By the time Kartel's last diss track was released, Mavado had claimed to have already traveled back to America for several book tour dates. After hearing the diss track, Mavado responded saying, "All I can say, I'm very disappointed. No mercy." A rep for the Gully Side camp even suggested that the song was weak. Later in 2018, Bounty Killer went ham on Mavado while praising Vybz Kartel on Instagram. One Gully Side fan decided to ask dancehall legend Bounty Killer why he never posted photos of Mavado and gave more shout-outs. The question came up after Killer posted an old flyer of himself and Kartel, dated back to 2004 when the Gaza DJ was just stepping out. One Gully Side fan decided to leave a comment asking Bounty Killer about supporting Kartel and not Mavado. The fan wrote, "Vado defended you to the end when Kartel was going at you. Where was Busy and the rest? No Alliance member defended you like Vado did. #history. That was when things went south, and Bounty decided to offload what was on his chest." The dancehall legend is said that Mavado couldn't even defend himself, much less to defend him from an onslaught from Vybz Kartel. Killer clearly thinks that Kartel destroyed Mavado in the infamous Gully or Gaza feud. During his rant on Instagram, Bounty Killer said that the Gully Side singer started to war with Vybz Kartel purely out of envy for his fame. "How him effie defend my war when he took shit on his own head?" Bounty said, "Ask him if I ever told him to go take on Kartel. He wanted Kartel fame, so he wants to defeat Kartel. I never stop him, but it was his idea, not mine. But each time I post Kartel, you had a Vado jealousy." Later in 2020, the war started to get ugly once again. Kartel posted an old picture of his own son, Lickle Vybz, and Mavado's son, Dante Brooks, which was captioned, "History pick, bust off and laugh Dante." In another post, Kartel wrote, "Some man used to love say, #number to sell. Then him son go drop a jail. Big up son, him a real youth and him and my son good. Some know where talk about, back fist. Make me tell you this, Anu say Anu a badman and a style prisoner." As many know, Mavado's son, Dante, is currently behind bars for murder. It's clear that Vybz Kartel was hitting where it hurt and shading Mavado with some karma for his 2016 diss track, Mr. Dead. Vybz Kartel ended the contentious post addressed to the MVP saying, "Try no get lock up. Not even fi a spliff cause it go wicked pon you. Just ask Ninja," referring to Ninja Man. Now, if you didn't know, Ninja Man and his son, Jano Valentini, are currently behind bars after being sentenced to life in prison murder. In 2017, while Ninja Man was out on bail, Ninja told the Jamaica Star that he didn't believe prisoners needed conjugal visits. I'm sure he regrets his words now. After Ninja Man was convicted and sentenced, it was reported that Ninja had to be relocated after getting the cold shoulder from inmates and some prison officials. Mavado responded to Kartel saying, "Chat. I don't have to say a word, you know my actions very dark," in an Instagram DM that was later made public. Mavado said to Kartel, "How you just post up the kid, so what kind of message you try send because you can't style him, and you know that, so what's your goal? Just stop post the man, remember we don't beg friend, and you can't intimidate him, so just know the game's dim that you playing little youth, because I don't play games and you know that, so just chat whatever else you have to say about other people on social media and stop call up Dante name." In another Instagram post, Kartel soberly responded and denied trying to use or intimidate Mavado's son, Dante. He said Dante is stronger than his father and suggested that Mavado was overreacting to the post and the photo of the boys. Kartel blasted Mavado, saying, "All when we a war, 1 million year, me would style your son youth. Him tougher than you. Come out of you feelings, punk. Why kind of fuckery y'all postpone your story about intimidate? You too corrupt, so you think everybody corrupt." Mavado clapped back at Kartel for saying he is a weaker man than his son, Dante, who is currently on remand for a murder charge in Jamaica. "Well, if my little son tougher than me, I'm 1 billion times sure you're not," he wrote. The 38-year-old singer then recounted a story to prove just that. Mavado recalled a scared Vybz Cartel running and jumping through the window of a moving car in order to get away after his friend was slapped down by Mavado. He continued, "Remember a police Mr. McKenzie venue used to drive through my community and hide in the back seat, and Mr. McKenzie will tell me to leave you because you're really scared, and I will tell him I'm not troubling you. The last time I saw you, it was a real running action with you when your friend got boxed down and you run and jump through a moving car window. Don't ever try to play tough with me out of all person." Veteran dancehall selector Ricky Trooper corroborated some parts of this story in an interview with DJ Wiz earlier than year. Mavado continued, "Leave my son name out your pussy mouth, and always remember 10 years in jail don't make you bad. I have friends in jailhouse, so we will never try style no youth from jail, but we'll style you anytime because you a pussy and I don't really have the time to chat. That's not my style and the world knows it. By now, you as a dancehall clown, maybe you will be a man one day because your little fans don't know you as a bitch." Moving on to 2024, since Cartel's recent release, Mavado has definitely shown support for Vybz Kartel, including a shout out at a London show. He shouted out, "You soon come a Bumbleclat Road." A few hours after Vybz Kartel was released from prison in Kingston, Mavado also took to social media to express happiness about the news. Kartel also shouted out Mavado while in Street Vincent with Marlon Samuels again in a recent interview on Sean Storm TV. It looks like the Gaza versus Gully beef is finally over. Do you think the war will be reignited, or do you think we will see the two dancehall legends back on stage together soon?
Big up Gully guys. Oh, I'm bad. Alright. I'm big up Marlon. I'm bad. Alright.
Thank you for watching today's video, and remember to subscribe to Culture Reports. Like, share, comment below, and click the notification bell.